Okay, so your overall energy, which I'm so excited about, is the 10 of Cups. Yes, Aquarius, 10 of Cups. This energy is reaching fulfillment, reaching completeness, wholeness, feeling completely satisfied, feeling like, yes, I'm finally here. This has arrived. I have arrived. Okay, so for some of you, this is talking about something that has been a long time coming, and now it's finally here, because we always know we're trying to reach the 10, right? This is what this is all about. We're trying to reach the 10. So, we might have the 2 of Cups, but then, okay, we're so far away from the 10, all right? But we know that there's something here. If you've been watching this reading or other readings, I feel like Aquarius has had a lot of 2-cup energy, right? Oh yeah, you and this person really have this connection, all right? Well, okay, so what does that mean? We're still not to the 10. So finally it has come to pass. This is reaching fulfillment. This is the 10 of Cups. Now, I will say this. If you're not in union with someone, because I do feel for the collective, this is a love reading. Don't click off if you're not in union with someone, or you feel like this is not about love, because baby, let me tell you, there could still be a message in here for you. So don't think that off the rip, oh, she mentioned love, this ain't about love, because I know how y'all Aquarius are. Okay, I'm an Aquarius. Don't play with me. I know how y'all are. Y'all get real squeamish when we start talking about love. We're like, wait a minute. I want to know about the reading about my finances. Okay, about this project I've been working on. This is how we are. We always shy away from love, but the universe has a direct message for any Aquarius out there that is like this. Okay, that is running from love. Okay, that is really not focused on love. And not that you have to be focused on it, but it should be somewhere in the scheme of things. Okay, when we talk about the hierarchy of needs, love is on that list, boo-boo. Okay, you need some love. All right, so with that being said, tough love. Let's talk about tough love. All right, because yes, you are going to reach some real fulfillment here. You are going to be complete. You're going to reach completement within yourself first. And because you've put in the work, and I feel like for a lot of us, we have put on a lot of self-work as of late, as of in like this last year. For some of you, even longer than that. So yes, you have set down some serious roots. All right. But the tough love comes up. So either you have to give someone some real good dose of tough love. Like you have to let someone know, like, you know what, I have to do what makes me happy. Or someone had to let you know a thing or two, Aquarius. Okay, imagine that. Someone letting you know something, okay? Someone had to produce some form of tough love. This could be the universe. The universe could say, you know what? Because this is all about painful. You had to say or do something that was very painful. Or someone had to say or do something to you, Aquarius, that was very painful for the greater good, so that you could get better, do better, have something better. All right. So sometimes the universe steps in this way. Okay. Maybe this person that you were dealing with had to not be in your life because you had to reach self-fulfillment, and now this person will come back. Or maybe somebody new, something better will come back. Maybe that job had to get severed so that you could kind of see, wait a minute, I've been putting too much work in and I haven't been really thinking about love or thinking about other aspects of my life. Something like this. This is what I'm seeing. Now, I'm also seeing here, you belong to paradise. All right. This card is talking about your innermost goodness, Aquarius. There's so much goodness when it comes to you being a really good humanitarian. So you're a really good friend, and you're a really good family member, and you're a good mom, or you're a good dad. You know, you're even a good partner to a sense. Hear me when I say this, okay? But a lot of times we forget about ourselves and what we really want and what's true for us in our paradigms, and we're not looking about what we need. It's like you jumping to, oh, my friend needs this, someone's going through a heartbreak, someone needs some cash, someone needs a ride, you know, my job needs me to go the extra mile, I'm game, I'm the woman, I'm the man for it, right? But it's time to look at your innermost goodness. What is good for you? It's kind of like when you're eating something and you can't keep just eating meat and potatoes. You got to have some foliage there. You got to have some greens in there. You got to have some vegetables, you know? So it's like you're so deep into making sure that everybody else and everything is taken care of. Well, let's talk about your cup, Aquarius. Okay. Is your cup filled? All right. Is everything in it as pure and as good as it could be to serve you well? Because you are the server, but when it comes to certain aspects of your life, you got some missing ingredients, boo-boo. Okay? And one of them is love. All right? So this is why this let love grow pops up. This card here is very deep because it speaks about either being really obsessed with the idea of love or a particular person that you would love to love you back, or it's the adverse. You really not being that into the whole love thing. If you look at this image here, okay, there is a woman here that is dancing with a man, right? And it's like you're not really seeing this person as a full person, right? It's like, okay, there's a warm body, but it's like there's some form of detachment here. Now, I'm going to just call us out, okay? And I can do that, right? Because I'm an Aquarius. So, and I'm going to say this. I've watched a lot of tarot readers, and I've listened to so many people put Aquarius down. We're aloof. We're unemotional. Okay, here's the tea. First of all, we're never aloof, all right? So for whoever thinks we're aloof and we don't really pay attention and we really don't know what's going on, we know what's going on. Okay, we know what's going on. Just because we don't say it and we don't show it doesn't mean that we're aloof. Okay, now what I will say is, do we get a little foggy at times and be like, oh, that's what they were trying to say to me? Because a lot of times, if someone shows us some form of affection or says something really, really sweet, because we are who we are, we might not internalize it immediately as, oh, this person is really checking for me, or this person really loves me, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? It might be, oh my God, this person is trying to reach out to me because maybe they need me, or maybe they want something. And not always do we look at it as a negative, but it's like maybe this is their way of connecting to me because something's going on with them. Because we're always looking at, how can I serve this person? What does this person really need, right? So we, a lot of times, don't internalize that maybe this person is just checking for us. Maybe this person really does love and care about us. And it's not that we're submissing them. It's just that our main thought process is, how can I serve? And is this their way of reaching out? I also think that we do get into the vibe of, there's been a lot of past hurts here, okay? So let's just call this out, Aquarius. There have been times when we have let our guard down and we have put a lot of emotions into things. And so now we're kind of on guard, right? So it's just like, okay, is this really love? Is love even for me? Because to be perfectly honest, Aquarius is not the type that will get to the point where they are obsessed about being in love. We're just not built that way. We can be alone and not be lonely. And a lot of people don't understand that. But we enjoy our own space. We enjoy our own time. But the universe is saying that, okay, Aquarius, that could be true, but now's the time to incorporate some love into your life, okay? And we don't really understand that love being on the hierarchy of needs, that sometimes we forget to let love in, or we forget to, or shy away from expressing our true love because we don't really like being vulnerable. No, that's the tea. So it's like, okay, this needs to come in balance, because there is always going to be an imbalance if our hierarchy of needs are not being met, regardless of how tough we think we are or how we might perceive this as not being necessary. The universe says, hold on, Aquarius, you're not exempt. You do need to have a little bit of love in your life. Not that you need a person per se, but you do need to experience love, and not just giving love, but receiving love. Okay? I hope this makes sense to somebody out there, all right? Now, this is painful for us to swallow, right? Because me even saying it, I was kind of throwing up in my mouth. Like, wait a minute, I need? Like, what do you mean I need? You know what I mean? Why do I need? And it's not being codependent. It's just that we're human. And I know that for some of us, we kind of move an extraterrestrial type of vibe here where, okay, we are always breaking the paradigm and being like, well, that might be true for them, but it might not be true. But the truth of the matter is, and maybe this is the universe giving us this tough love, yeah, we're not exempt, and we do deserve to not only give love, but to receive love. And this is why this peace card comes here, okay? It says there's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. So I do feel like for some of us, that have been okay with, being alone for a long period of time, or even if you are in connection with someone, you've created, okay, I was about to say there has been some space. Spirit said, no, say it how it needs to be said. You've created a little barrier that says, you know what, I'll call you when I call you. I'll see you when I see you. Because it's very difficult for us to bring people up in our personal space because we value our space and our alone time. So if there has been someone that's trying to come in closer, or you're seeing a connection getting a little bit deeper, don't worry. If you have been someone that has now changed the game as an Aquarius and been like, oh my God, I want something to come in, don't worry, it's definitely coming. But everything is working the way that it should. So if someone is coming towards you, don't automatically think that this is something of a negative, Aquarius, or shy away from it, because the universe is like, yo, this is your gift and this is what you need. You don't even know what you need at this point. And I know that we always think that we know, right? Because we are the babies of the future. We see ahead of time. But sometimes we're clouded. Sometimes we don't really see the full picture of what we need. And I think that's why people say we're aloof, but it has that negative tone to it. We're not doing this purposely. This is how we're built. And it's not that we're discounting anyone or anything. It's just that we get kind of weird when it comes to emotions and love. I mean, that's just the truth. But out comes the birth card, okay? Something is being birthed. Something is coming. Now, if I look at this side by side, there is, in this photo, there is a picture of a baby. And then in this, we're talking about birth. So some of you may be pregnant at this time or expecting. And so this situation might be sparking something new. Maybe you are pregnant at this point in time, and maybe you're not in union with this person. It's kind of like something happened. But the universe is saying, you know what, this could possibly be something that you need. Maybe this person has been wanting to come in, and I can hear an Aquarius being like, oh no, you don't got to do that just because, I'm with child. I mean, you don't got to do that, So someone here might be pushing someone away just because I'm pregnant. Because see, this is what we're thinking. Just because I'm pregnant, you want to be with me. This person wants to be with you. It has nothing to do about this baby being here, Aquarius. So I don't know who is out there that's listening to this. That's your direct message. They want to be with you, okay? This has nothing to do about you being with child, okay? Okay. So for the rest of the individuals that are not pregnant, you could be expecting soon and don't know. But this doesn't necessarily have to mean a direct message of birth, okay? This could be something new coming in, okay? A seed strikes fertile soil and something beautiful is born. This card represents the birth of something new. It might be a new relationship, job, or project, or it might be a completely new way of looking at life. Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is also, a beginning of a new abundant phase, okay? Because we're going to be coming up and we're going to be in Aquarius for quite some time. It hasn't been here for a long time. So this is going to be our year coming up, and this is going to be our time. But follow your intuition and your inner guidance to create abundance on all levels, okay? So yeah, something new is in the brew, Aquarius. So the universe is telling you to be ready for it, okay? Whatever it is that's coming, it's supposed to be there, okay? It could be a painful process. And people say to me all the time, like, I just don't understand how it could be so painful for you to, receive compliments or, acts of love. Why it's so like, oh, it catches you off guard. It's just, for certain Aquarius individuals, it's very painful to become vulnerable and to let that guard down. And some of you have been through a lot of pain and past experiences where you did let somebody in. And now it's like, I got to be on guard. I can't be in this situation that I was in seasons past, because it messes with who we are. We need to be up and agile and be ready to take on the world. So we don't have time to be, depressed and, feeling, broke down. And we just don't got that to do. So a lot of times we're like, love to us seems like a very heavy burden, because it could go this way, but it could go that way. But we have to start thinking of this in a new way, okay? Now, we do have Star of Venus, all right? And we also have Hearing Truth. All right, so 2 cards here about the truth, okay? Tough love, hearing the truth, those are all, and we're all about the truth, right? We always want to know what is the truth. So it's time for us to hear the truth about ourselves. And I know that's very uncomfortable for a lot of you, but that's the truth. So let's go in a little deeper here and see what is going on here, Aquarius. Okay. So for some of you, this is going to speak to you when it comes to finances. It says financial healing is indicated. Let go of fear and trust unconditionally that the universe is supporting you. What brings you a sense of joy, purpose, and passionate devotion? Focus on that. Believe in your ability to thrive by being and expressing your authentic self. Notice how you relax into the flow and more easily attract what you need, not what you always want, what you need. You acknowledge that the universe wants you to flourish through being you. Focus on putting your beautiful beliefs into the world, not in consuming the negativity or fear of others. Give of your spirit abundantly. Nothing is beyond the reach of divine assistance. Trust in this, and you can fulfill your purpose of being positive influence in the world. Yeah, so what I've been hearing in each of the readings is there's particular words that will repeat and come out through some of these cards here, okay? So what I am seeing here is, let's go back to this, abundance, okay? So abundance keeps coming out here, and expressing. Okay, so there's some things that you need to express through to yourself or to others, all right? But I feel like, yeah, we might have some financial challenges right now, okay? For whoever this is in the collective. We're always worrying about our finances or our career. We're always want to make sure that everything in our household is taken care of. All of our bills are getting paid. Don't worry so much about that. Remember right here, it says things are happening. You have enough, okay? You have enough, all right, Aquarius? Let the universe take care of that. You need to be focused on the things that you're not understanding or acknowledging that you need. Like love. I know. All right? hearing the truth. Okay, hearing the truth. All right, so if you're a numbers person like I am, I'm going to shout out some numbers here. 24 and 14, they both have 4s in them, which is my favorite number. And then we also have 20 and 21. So if any of these numbers do represent your birthday, or and we see 31 here. So maybe your birthday is January 31st, okay? But what I'm seeing here, or the 24th, what I'm seeing here is that numbers here can really speak to you. And maybe if any of these numbers are popping up and mean something to someone that you're dealing with, this is their favorite number, or this is, the day that they were born, that sort of thing, or the day that you were born. This could be your message, is what I'm trying to say. I'm getting tongue-tied here because I'm seeing too many things going on and I'm having too many downloads at the same time.